No, but let's get into the big talking point.
Yes.
We finally had the release after all the talk of, do we need any more hood films? Is this glamorizing gang violence? Blue Story by Rapman, brought to us by Paramount, BBC Films, Rock Nation involvement. Yes. We've all seen the film in the room.
Yeah.
Barring... was that a silly question? Sorry, H.
You know, bro. I ain't seen it, bro.
Spoiler alert! Close your ears, H. Innit?
Oh yeah, we're doing spoilers.
I know what happens, bro.
Yeah, it's gang shit, innit?
Yeah, come on, we're doing spoilers.
You lot are crazy.
What do you all think of the film?
I'll be the first to say that I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Bar, certain parts, but I think I've said it before. The Rapman just pops out of nowhere, he's sitting on the stove and starts rapping
on the stove.
But that's his thing. That's his whole thing.
So that's why I'm not going to criticize it.
Are you not fucking crazy? Let me direct my own film. I'll be in it every 8 minutes.
Foles is like, right, man don't want to leave it
bare
be,
different outfits. I don't even wear jewelry. Big chain.
He's a Donny that don't want to leave it be. He don't want to leave it be. He wants to be in it.
Do you know what that kind of reminds me of? Stan Lee when he pops up in every appearance of Marvel. It kind of got annoying for me because R.I.P. Stan Lee, but not every movie.
But yeah,
but I hate it. Wasn't overkill. It wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Bro, the man can't even do no more cameos, bro. How you gonna tell me that? You can't be in no more films, bro.
R.I.P.
He really can't.
You know I'm moving mad. Yeah, don't CGI him in. Yeah, Blue Story came out 22nd November. Weekend, we were out here in these streets.
I like where you watched it. We kept it gutter. All you man went every man, going to all these plush cinemas. We kept it official. Peckham Cinema, £5 English pounds.
Yeah, man ain't going Peckham Cinema to watch this. I'm from the blue side. You see what I'm saying? I gotta keep it really.
Man's gotta keep it true to the narrative. You get me?
Keep it really.
What cinemas you look over there?
Catford Muse and that.
I was gonna go Catford Muse, but it was sold out, so I just went
like,
Beckenham.
Any cinema in Catford
It's out of the borough, but it's close to the borough.
But I can't even lie. It wasn't even like ours was gang. It was just like unruly from people that shouldn't be unruly. So obviously we did our unruly thing. Like obviously we paid for our tickets, but snuck in our little cherry bees, little snacks and that.
Yeah,
obviously you've got to keep it off the cuff and just doing our thing, innit?
Black gang.
Then like one Donny's come in, and I hate to do it, but like women, you need to behave when you're out with a guy. It's not you that's gonna have to fight. So I don't know what Donny said or she said to him, but all I see is his face change and started greasing her. But as he's walking down the aisle, like like finger pointing, like Benjani, just
what he was doing that to his girl?
No, to the girl while sitting with Donny.
Oh shit!
So I can see the guy next to her, and he didn't really look like the kind of guy that's gonna jump in front of anything.
Yeah.
So he's telling her to calm down. She's still still getting proper Larry. I look over, Donny from his side, and like auntie's like, oh, just calm down. He's like, no, lock off the whole cinema. I said, yo, I said, fam, the film's about to start, bro.
She ain't even started rolling yet.
Bro, I said, are you sure you're not in the film? Man said, I'll lock off the whole cinema. Yeah, women need to chill, bro, because you like be getting extra Larry in that, and then your Donny just gets slumped in that. It's not you that's gonna have to be fighting.
Just flying in the air mid slump.
No. Don't say it's not her that has to be doing the fighting, because certain man don't care. Certain man don't care, fam. So just relax. If you can't.
You know, I like that PSA. Everybody relax, because there's certain man who's right. Certain man out there just fist up everything.
Don't care, fam.
Man, woman, and child. It's not even funny, bro.
Everybody's getting it.
The elderly.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting it. So
the setting was decent, because Vans had messaged me. I was like, yes, Peckham, innit? I messaged Sosa, and I sent him, let's go, like, sorry keys, just in case of the time. He's like, brother, are you mad? It's £5 in Peckham, I'm getting there. Trust. Went there, sat there. I was like, yeah, the film starts off nice. I like the fact that it was authentic and like the music in it. So I was saying earlier, there was a bit in everyone, if you've seen the film knows, where they play CB, Take That Risk. But the scene where they play it just makes sense, and like, you know when the whole cinema erupts and they're singing the lyrics, I was like, yeah, you lot all gang in here. Everyone's gang.
It's not still. I like CB still.
Yeah, hella Clary. Like it's a good song, but yeah, what do you think of outside of that? What do you think of the film?
All right, so for me, it's his first attempt at a cinematic movie, right? So
this is not YouTube. This is
so it's a good first attempt.
Okay,
but there's some potholes in there for me.
Talk to us.
So obviously, I know Rapman personally, so it's not a hating thing at all. Like, I got love for raps. Yeah. I tell you what part I didn't understand which I think it should have been made a 2-part film. Right?
I think the film should have been at least 2 hours. I think an hour and a half was too short.
It was too short. And then the part where she gets bricked, she dies. I mean, she gets punched, she dies. He gets bricked. The whole 3-year thing, I didn't like that, because now all of a sudden he just jumped straight into being GB. Sometimes there's a bit of a process to this thing here when you're becoming GB. I'm telling you, there's a process to this.
What Mickey's saying is a process of becoming a ghetto boy.
But there's a process to becoming that ghetto boy. Do you get what I'm saying? You just don't jump to the top of the food chain. You see what I'm saying? You got to put in the work. I want to see where he started putting in the work. How was he introduced to older mothers?
And then next thing you know, man's on the bus sticking up mutes.
Yeah, and then
controlling the man.
Able to tell man allow it, but this man's been GB from early. You can't tell man that's old school in this thing. Like give them back their thing.
But that's also relevant. That's also relevant to what's going on right now, because really and truthfully, if Amasha works right now, I'm the top guy in my ends. If Amasha mad works.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say.
What's your stats saying?
What I'm saying is,
and on the scoreboard, I'll be shooting. I ain't miss, my big man. I ain't miss.
But I'm saying I wanted to see that work from the start to that point.
And that might be the budget,
creative control.
That creative control. That might be also the time, because remember, these are all new actors. We don't know how much money he had, because maybe that, you know what it says, free. I know what you mean, that 3 years. I don't like that, but because of the audience, we all have imagination. We would know enough stories where what Donny has done to become the next big thing in the scene that we get when he's on the bus and he's now top man in his bits. Maybe my man didn't have the extra hour to play with, or the extra 100 bags that would have cost us.
And it was all like little nuances, like prior to that, to know that all it took was a mad thing to happen for him to be greasy in it.
And that's what I liked.
They were like, oh yeah,
it when they approached him.
Yeah, and like when they first bucked his old school primary friend, he was like, yeah, this guy was a swingers. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? But he was a good dude at heart.
And they never said anything about him being a bad or thing. It was more of a principle thing, and it shows you like how quote unquote good youths can turn that bad. Because I don't trouble anybody, leave me alone. But it doesn't, just because I don't trouble anybody doesn't mean you can make me a victim, innit?
Yeah, I've seen it personally.
Are you, like I said, the swingers, are you that can really fight will have issues, because everyone thinks, he thinks he's bad. So if I can beat him up, I'm the guy. But that he was not having it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, man can beat someone up and then just still be the same person. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? But then when it becomes bigger than that, you're thinking, all right, cool.
That's when it's nice.
In this scenario, gunplay. Because all in all, the Blue Story is a love story, bro. Yeah. Like a lot of it, like derives from.
It starts from love, but again,
do you know what I'm saying? It starts from love. The midsection is love, and then something happens, and then it. You know
I think the love story could have it could have been budget, but it could have played out a little longer as well. Another thing that, for me, I don't think it's a Blue story. I think it's a tale of two sides. So there's enough side of the Peckham side to not call it Blue stories. I think from a Blue story point of view,
it's a Blue story to him though.
But is that your bias? Obviously, you're from the area, so you know a lot more information than the average viewer is going to know. So, are you ever going to truly be happy? Because I'm sure there's man from Peckham that were like, I'm sure they can say there's more.
They can say it's more, but it's not a Peckham story. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get more.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? It's a Blue story. Yeah. If you want a Peckham story, it should have been called the Peckham story, or it shouldn't be called the Blue stories, because it's half. It's half.
But that is a major part of the Blue story. The beef between the two sides.
No. And I'm saying, I'm just saying, you could have, you still could have shown the big part of the story, but just shown an extra bit more of the Blue story.
Whose story would you have liked to see in there? Without like going like.
I don't want to see anyone's personal story, because I let you know this now. Certain man them are not. If they heard that their story was in there, or people's stories were in there, they won't be happy.
But that's the problem with the ends things. Like they're never going to be happy. Because I hear like when Top Boy first dropped, a lot of man from East weren't happy. Cause obviously, based in London, feels like if you think of that area, let's not be disrespectful. The first thing you're going to think of is Mashtown. So there's a lot of man in and around that weren't happy. Then later on down the line, I've seen when the new Top Boy came out, Hypo, big character in the Mashtown clique. I think on his Instagram or Twitter was quite. I like that he responds like, you know what? If you don't control your thing, someone else will come in and do it, innit? Because when people found out like the main guy behind Top Boy, some white Irish guy, some people had reservation. I'm like, just because he's not from the area doesn't mean he doesn't have to write a story properly. He just needs to have the right piece. And just because you're from the ends, bear in mind from the ends that might know the actual true stories, but how it translates on camera isn't the best. But I think Rapman, for me, at this point, is probably one of the best ones we've had, where he's able to like match to two, where like cinematically it looks good and storytelling looks good. Obviously, you're always going to get gripes to the man. Then some man are just never going to be happy.
He's got the best whole story so far.
Yeah,
and it's got to align with his bars as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like how he's written his bars and how it then marries together on a motion picture. It has to align, innit? So like I feel like obviously people from the area might have their gripes, innit? But they don't know what it's like to be in a creative house, having to put it all into a movie.
All right, I tell you, gripes are more so when you use other people's like their actual story. So if you're using my story, but you ain't talking to me, you're mad. You can't do that. But he didn't do that. Right. From what I know, he ain't done that.
So where's the gripe? So what's the gripe?
So that's not the. So they think they've got the gripe without knowing it. They're just saying if that is the case, man's not going to be happy. Also, there's an element of someone telling a story who weren't involved in the stuff. There's a lot of losses, there's a lot of wins, and if you weren't involved in a story, sometimes it's like, how dare you tell our story? Do you get what I'm saying? But like you said, where Hypo put his thing in there, if you ain't gonna own your own story, someone's gonna. And
people only complain after the fact. So before Rapman was doing his thing, why didn't you do your thing? You know, like it takes Rapman to go and do it, and then you can see it. Like he might have been the you know, like Rapman's. He crawled so you can walk, or like you can fly. Like he's gone done his thing, and then you can go off and do your thing. Like it should. And I feel like
not everyone has that vision.
Yeah, and I feel like
it's out on the firing line. People are gonna shoot.
And a lot of men are still street. I don't want to put my story out there because they're thinking.
That's what I'm saying. Them men don't know what they really want, bruv.
I put my story out there. It's bringing back. It's incriminating,
and it's bringing up old wounds of other people. Yeah,
like
because the guy in the wheelchair on the Peckham side. I feel like I know what story they're referring to with the Donny with the wheelchair, innit? Like someone that has happened, innit? I don't know about the death in the end, but with the whole suicide thing, but that story is a real story. Getting shot, end up in the wheelchair, there is someone from Peckham that has happened to.
And sometimes I do think that's a dangerous thing because you have to get the permission from that person to use their story. Otherwise, people will
if it's public information, do you really have to? Because it's an ego thing. Because why I love Rapman.
When you're playing with ex-gang members, you do. Because when you get spotted out there now, and they pull it on you, you need to know how to defend yourself because you're using man's story. They got every right to get upset. And I'm not saying this is what Rapman's done.
That are fictionalized things.
It's
a fiction thing.
Things are left to interpretation.
I think it's a fiction tale. I'm not sure. You said it seems like it could be that story. It could be. I don't know. I would like to hope it's a fiction tale, and I think it is a fiction tale.
But when it is, then they're going to complain. It's not authentic. And when I give you the authenticity, you're going to complain. Like even with why I respect Rapman. Yeah, I don't know if you know of a rapper from Peckham called CS. He went and raps a little bit on Instagram. And Raps just was like, yo, you ain't got a diss, man. You know, if you want to be in a film, you can be in a film. I see him in a film. He didn't have a big part, but he's in there regardless, isn't it? So like, you're not gonna make like these are the growing pains. And the first person to go through that door is always gonna like these bullets and these stones from everybody. Everyone's gonna have something to say in it. If you feel that way inclined, go and do your own thing. And I've seen a lot of you, man, gone to your hood movies on YouTube. They're not of the same level. Why? Because you don't have the passion for writing. Yeah, you may have the authentic story.
People just want to know, but like at the end of the day,
but for him to get to this, he had to do hella work.
Yeah. And I support and that's what people don't want to do, innit? They think that it's just like, all right, cool, he's doing that, but I've got the real authentic story, so let me put my thing out, and it's not at a certain standard. So essentially you're not doing any justice. Do you know what I'm saying?
You're adding to a narrative of like all we do is get hood films and they're done badly. And also I believe that some of the best storytellers from the ends are the people that have both perspectives. Not saying Rapman wasn't active, but like are able to kind of be outside looking. You're like a good kid, Mad City. It's not disrespectful. Would I be right in saying Nas probably wasn't the most active guy on his block, but he's able to tell a story because he's able to look at it from both sides, isn't it? And that's where you get these stories, because the man that sometimes are too in it, what they will do is we'll have 120 minutes of gunplay. no interaction, no human element, just bang, bang.
Yeah, no proper narrative. There's no narrative.
And it will be 100% biased.
And then it will be, all it'll do is show the wins on the GB side and none of the losses. And that's when it'll say it's glamorizing. So that's what I'm saying. So you do need that.
But again, when you're attached to, because I'm attached to the movie. Yeah. Like when I'm in there, I'm attached to the movie. Yeah. So when I'm seeing losses on the GB side, I wasn't happy. I was thinking,
but you're not active though, Mickey.
I know, but it makes you feel like it brings you back to a time where you was, and I'm not saying I was deep. I know, but I was in enough.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? And I'm like,
so what are you saying? You wanted a couple more bodies to drop on the Peckham side? Are you telling me the truth? Mickey?
When I did see like man moving, like the GB man moving a bit rowdy, I was like, okay, man's on stuff there. Okay, you're looking weird.
You know what? Yeah, it's mad because there'll be like an innocent like viewer, in the cinema. And they look into the corner and there's a you in the corner just being mad active. That's Mickey just making bare noise.
Mickey's there waving his blue flag. Go on.
I guarantee you there was guys from Peckham seeing they're not active and they probably don't glorify it, but it takes them back to a time where even if the ones that weren't even fully in it, they're taking it back
to me just so we don't lose it on.
It takes them back to a time where they remember a lot of things going on, and when they see that their side was doing their thing, they're probably thinking, yeah, come on.
I don't think it was too imbalanced, but obviously, like I said, you understand more than I do because you're from that side of town, so I can't argue against it. But I feel like it was pretty balanced. Like man took L's on both sides, and maybe obviously because Donny's from that side, and he's a major part of the story. So it will look obviously his girl, all that stuff. So yes, but I like the fact that because the conversation we're having maybe maybe like a month ago when we first got announced that the film was coming about the whole glamorization. Do you feel the film tapped into that? Do you feel like the film glamorized gang violence, or do you feel like it was more of a, like I said, love story, human element?
I don't think it glamorized.
There's no glamorization. I don't think it glamorized. At the end of at the end of the movie, there's no happy ending.
Bro, hella L's, bro.
There is no happy ending.
You can't say it glamorizes gang culture at all.
Mother lost 2 sons.
At all.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing.
And you can see that the Donny in the wheelchair lost his life. It was a knock-on effect. There was so many things that was happening that as time went on, he just came to accept that this is all from him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So there's that sense of guilt that was just eating at him. As when it first happened, it was like, nah, stubborn thing. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we do. This is what I do. This is how I became who I became. Because obviously, like, the first altercation that those 2 schoolboys have, it's like, oh, that's so-and-so's brother. Oh, sorry, I didn't know. So you know that his brother's active.
His brother runs Peckham. He said,
said
it in the movie. I run this thing.
I
have to be out there. I run this thing.
And then as the movie progresses, things happen to him, innit? And it's like, this all derives from me, innit? Like, these were 2 brethrens that went to school together, but because of me, I've made you, like, essentially, I've brainwashed you to say that, that's your enemy.
Yeah, he did.
When that was your boy.
When that was your boy.
And
they had a love story without doing like a funny pause thing. It was a bromance.
Yeah, they had a proper bromance. They were like they're best friends.
Even Madders and his boy that got
Gallus.
They had a bromance. And you even see when he died, he was very upset. Like the whole thing with like even obviously the guy and the girl, that was a real love story there. But then obviously with the bromance, no matter if it was like before they became gang and when they are gang, it's just telling you like, look, no matter what situation you are in, once you are with someone that you really fuck with properly, like you will
lose friendship.
You will lose friendship. And there was like a poignant scene in the movie where the Donny was like, bruh, like, this is all your fault. 100%. All this gang shit. 100%. Do you know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do now? You can't chat to him. It's because you wanted to ride. This is what happened. Now he's gone. Who am I gonna chat to? Who are you gonna chat to?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all of these things, was to show you that there's no glamour in this thing.
And I was happy about it because like it just, that loud minority online, I feel like it quietened them down because even within that, the crew's like 30-40 man deep. when you check it, even like some of our close friends, when all that, the prisons and the deaths happen, you realise it's only, man have like 2 or 3 friends. You know what I'm talking about, H? Yeah. There was a time period, it was 15, 20 man, but within that, you have like your bestie, your brethren.
Yeah, you're not close.
Once the postcode thing dies down, you only back your brethren. Oh, man, everyone knows you. Like, you might jump out your chair if it's a mad thing, but really, truthfully, it's your boy. Our close brethren, it's only 2 or 3 man.
Yeah.
Like, their man was doing the whole black gang thing for years. Mad work out there. But when all said and done, and all these jail sentences and all these different factions, and everybody comes home, people die, and that, me and my brethren that I went to primary school with, that's my one friend, innit?
And you see, like, the 2 things that we mentioned, like someone dies or someone goes to jail, and mad sentences, it's crazy. And like, the movie also touched on how it becomes a knock-on effect. Because when the movie's done, you see the next youth that was man's younger, he's thinking revenge now.
And he wanted to do music.
Though, because, look, I moved to Lewisham. I moved to Lewisham sides in year 7.
Okay.
By the time when I got there, everyone was telling me about there's Ghetto and there's Peckham. I didn't know what the beef was about, never what it started. I didn't know. I just knew this is my side, that's their side. And when I the maddest thing is, the whole thing is, the funny thing is, I tell you what's really authentic. When man says, where's he from? No, he's from Deptford. He's a ghetto boy. It don't matter where he's from, Lewisham. He's a ghetto. That's how it was. Yeah. And the Peckham youth could sniff you out from a mile away. When I'm 3 months into living in South London, I followed my friend to Peckham to his grand's house. Yeah, I've only heard about the gangs. I don't know nothing. I don't know no history. I don't know nothing. I just heard the name Ghetto Boys, Peckham Boys. That's all I know. Yeah, and they beef. Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm 11 years old. I just moved there. I'm from Stonebridge, rude boy. You get what I'm saying? So
you're from the Gaza.
man went from one hood to the other.
Bro, you look at the mum, you like, what's going on?
People move here to be safe in that.
Like, I thought I moved to the suburbs as well. I thought I moved to the suburbs.
Man moved here from being in danger to being in danger.
His mum took it from the Bronx to Compton. What's going on?
I do think if I stayed in Stonebridge, I'd be dead or in jail though.
Crazy.
That's how I feel. But as I was saying, so we're in Peckham, and the youths are like, they're on the other end of the road. We're at the top, they're at the bottom. Hey yo, hey you lot, hey youngers, hey come here. So I'm thinking, I'll turn around. I'm thinking, my brother's going, don't turn around. I'm thinking,
you knew what time it was.
Hey, Ghetto Boys. What Ghetto Boys? I'm thinking, Ghetto Boys. What's he talking about, fam? Come here. But because we were too far, by the time they could even get close, we were already in his grand's house. Quickly. So I'm thinking, oh my God. All I'm thinking is, we've got to go home. And it was dark guy in there, so it's still...
Man said, this shit ain't going to stop. I'm out to sleep over.
These times there's no Uber in that. We're going to slide
in. Stupid. Man said pre-Uber, you know.
I think we might have got a lift home. Because it was mad. So, and they were saying, when I got to the grand's house and the mum was there, they was like, don't worry, they're not gonna bother you.
Granny, they don't touch you.
Oh yeah, they are. And it's like, you could be in fucking West End, you know, like they just knew man's from Lewisham.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? And I feel like we kind of knew who was from Peckham as well. Yeah. As the years went on, I can tell who was from Peckham, who was from Lewisham, and a big factor as well.
Me, bro, I was chilling in Dulwich Village. I don't know what you're talking about. Hanging out with the Skins crowd.
Adidas jackets
as well. Yeah, my man would go Roomworld and get the Peckham Boy hat.
What was a Peckham Boy hat?
It was a hat from Roomworld. If I show you an old photo, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was like a military style hat. It was like proper cap, and then like the baseball from like a bendy thing. It was from Rimroad in Woolly Road. Everyone go there and buy the hat.
Pencil holder, right?
Yeah, pencil holder as well, yeah.
There was an Adidas Bumblebee looking hat, which would kind of say, or there was an Adidas reversible jacket as well. If someone saw you wearing that, you're a ghetto boy, or you might just be from Lewisham because that's what everyone in Lewisham was wearing. You're a ghetto boy, but you're a ghetto boy.
And do you remember the two-tone Nike thing as well?
Yeah.
I had the green one to the white top, like white half, and then the green. Yes. That was the ends. But I don't know. That was the ends thing. That was the ends thing. Yeah, that fashion, that time period. If you wear certain things, man, I know you're from an area. So I think those things will probably make it more authentic. But it's a good attempt first time round from Raps.
No, I think
it didn't come across corny.
No,
it didn't glamorize. It was shot well.
There was one corny moment though.
What was the corny moment?
One.
Go on.
When what's his name? Khalid or Khalil?
Khalil Best. Yeah, the one that was in EastEnders.
Yeah, he was like, I was meant to be your younger. And you look past me. I was thinking, ooh, that's kind of cringe, bruv. Man ain't really saying that on the end. Man ain't really saying that. But
I mean,
in every movie, they're going to have a movie moment.
Creative license, innit?
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying that because I haven't seen it, but it doesn't mean that it's never happened.
Or not possible.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or it's not possible.
Because at the end of the day, like, that's an exchange between me and you, innit?
Yeah.
That could happen between me and you.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what's happened. Once everyone's gone their own way and gone home, and your two brethren or your three brethren over it, you don't know what argument they've had. Yeah, and that could have been an argument that someone's had. You see what I'm saying?
Like, jealousy is rife, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like, that's a form of acceptance, innit? Where you want to feel like important, so you want to be placed.
Yeah, being made someone's younger is a big deal.
If someone's got a heavyweight name and they make you younger,
it's a big deal.
It allows you to cut through for a long time. Obviously, it's a lot different now. But back, I said a knighthood. Man said Excalibur.
No, but it is though. It is.
You know the vibes.
You know the vibes.
Like,
man said, arise, younger madam.
The thing is, you could get away with not putting in the work for a very long time.
Bro, back in the day, listen, I've seen man get out of situation saying such and such with my cousin. They almost stabbed me because I didn't lie, bro. So no story when I was in Peckham and brother had the Nokia 7600. They seized my phone. I'm still upset. They seized it. My dad said, "Don't go Peckham." My dad was in Leeds, innit? When they first got a house up there, they were doing up the house.
You thought it was fly, innit?
Yeah, and I thought it was fly. My dad knew. I'd got the Gucci. Was obviously fake. I got on the Gucci.
Is that the story where the blade was
glistening in the moonlight? Thank God we can laugh about it, innit? So they seized my phone in Peckham. Like my brethren, I don't mind saying names. You called Violence. That was his tag, innit? So he said he was tiny.
Stop!
Wait.
Can I land?
No, please.
Violence.
Yeah, no, he was Tiny Violence, innit? And there was someone else. I can't say that person. That person passed away. Yeah, I could have said I was that person's Tiny because that person younger was heavy and still out here to this day. Like to this crazy, innit? Like I sad that he is, but he's still out here, innit? So I could have said I was his Tiny, innit? But I just wasn't having it, innit? So even though it was jostling for the pouch, it took Donny having to slash the pouch off me. Like even a robbery wasn't even an official robbery because you didn't even do nothing, bruv. I was, if anything, I was ready to fight, bruv.
I said it's not an official.
Yeah, bruv. Really, truthfully, I should take that robbery back, man. They got lucky, man.
No bringbacks. I said no bringbacks.
Yeah, no bringbacks. So even me, like that could have that me using someone's name could have let me cut through in it.
Yeah,
because the fear of if I do this to him, that person
gonna come back.
Could come back. Obviously now it's crazy. Nobody don't care in it. But back then it would hold weight. Bear man, you say, do you remember me at uni? And man go, I'm from Bear man from good youths from the ends. I'm from Peckham. I was looking like I feel my brother. I said, bro, do you know this youth? He's like, no. Or
sometimes you need that validation, you know.
Or he'll be like, yeah, he's a prick. I said, bro, if you see how he's going down here at uni. He's like, bro, when you see him slapping, I said, I don't need to do that.
But you could get away with that. But I'm just, no one's there, innit?
And because of the acclaim of a name, see, like how I was joking about, you was in Stonebridge, mad. You might have just, your existence at Stonebridge, you was a kid. It might have been that mad, but because of how notorious the area is, you can almost wear that on your back. Like, bear man, that uni thing used to be funny. Man, be in uni raves and man, are throwing out the peace sign. I was like, bro, you don't even go to lectures, bro. What the fuck's going on, bro? What's wrong with this kid? Sometimes
your parents sent you to uni.
If your dad could see you now, Junior.
And he weren't even official in the
Bro,
end.
he was like, that was a person that I could probably send shop.
That's mad. But again, you get away with that kind of behavior in uni because there's no one to challenge
new environment, you.
And then when that one person does come and challenge you, it's that shit.
But
it's only that one person, so you could go to another part of the campus and
let's
be
not get
gully.
into that, but